A new initiative is providing Pasifika rugby players the chance to transition into management and decision-making positions. The New Zealand Rugby Pasifika Strategy 2024 to 2029 is set to bridge the gap and enhance Pasifika rugby here in Aotearoa. Only 3% of rugby board directors in New Zealand Rugby are of Pacific descent. 7% are staff members. A sobering statistic compared to the fact that Pasifika make up the highest proportion of players in Aotearoa. RNZ Pacific senior sports journalist Eliesa Tora was at the launch in Auckland's Eden Park and filed this report.
A new pathway for Pacific rugby players will help them graduate from playing the great game to calling the shots at the decision-making table. Pasifika make up 36% of players in the Black Ferns and Black Fern Sevens contracted between 2021 and 2025, and 38% for players contracted in the All Blacks and the All Blacks Sevens. New Zealand Rugby Chair Dame Patsy Reddy says the New Zealand Rugby Pacific strategy will enable those retired from the field to further their careers in rugby.
New Zealand Rugby's Pasifika strategy aims to enable, embrace and empower positive outcomes and experiences for Pasifika at all levels of rugby. We have touched on how Pasifika players have contributed on the field and the need for both Pasifika and non-Pasifika to learn, adapt and embrace each other to increase the quality and number of opportunities off the field.
NZRU Chief Executive Officer Mark Robinson says the initiative will help develop capacities in governance and administration.
Mainly on the playing side, to be honest, great players of yesteryear and the current players, but it also shone a light on the future opportunities of working more closely with Pasifika across a wider range of areas in the game, and I think that's one thing that's been highlighted today and through the work that we've done around the roles that Pasifika will and should have in the space around governance, administration, coaching and those sort of areas.
In the Super Rugby Aupiki competition for women, 30% of contracted players are of Pasifika origin, while 26% of players in the Super Rugby Pacific New Zealand teams are Pasifika players. Ronnie Clark, a former All Black and one of the architects of the Pasifika strategy, says ensuring Pasifika thrive in rugby is part of the reason why the strategy has been devised.
So I think the real important thing for us is ensuring that there's continuation of people that will come and will pick up the mantle to carry on in terms of really seeing and creating that we can create more better environments for Pacific in rugby. And I think that's the real key thing here is how do we create better environments for our Pacific peoples to flourish in rugby.
Pasifika lawyer and Tausoa Fa'atasi Pasifika Advisory Group co-chair Pauline John Luton says it sets a pathway that can also benefit women's rugby.
I think probably we've been hurt for so long by people give us empty promises and then they don't actually deliver upon them. So if we actually implement this really well, have that information, have that data, we will have people that are there. We'll have pathways, we'll have mentoring, we'll have workshops. But equally, I always liken it that we have our Pasifika grow with knowledge, but at the same time, in the same pace, we still need to have our non-Pasifika grow with knowledge.
Meanwhile, former American football star Manasseh Jesse Saupolu, who was guest speaker at the launch, says the strategy is a great step towards creating opportunity to help growth and development of the field.
If you look at the legacy of rugby, they're right up there in the top 50 of all time. You're going to find a lot of Pacific Islanders. I know because I grew up watching the game. We need to use that as a vehicle to advance our vision, not only on the field, to continue to inspire the players of today, but off the field.
The Pasifika strategy is a partnership between the New Zealand Rugby, the Tausoa Fa'atasi Pasifika Advisory Group, and Moana Connect.